I've travelled west and I've been south of the border. Seldom sober, often drunk, and sometimes into murder. Sometimes I've been trade to laugh, and sometimes I've betrayed it. When it's time to cop a whack, then I copped up and paid it. I swore by the light of the morning sun, the drinking days were over. That very night I was back in town, following the ways of a rover. You toast for old lang syne, friends absent or departed. I'll drink to my own true love, though she was fickle-hearted, and lay me down with another lass with a heap of wine and brandy. Who can keep for the cutty stool? Let's offer up my gandy. I swore by the light of the morning sun, the drinking days were over. That very night I was back in town, following the ways of a rover. You could call it my vocation. I hate your Christian morals with your rules and regulations. Through the smoke of innocence like queens will reel and spin. Oh, down the gorgeous avenue you call the path of sin. When I swore by the light of the morning sun, the drinking days were over. That very night I was back in town, following the ways of a rover. I swore by the light of the morning sun, the drinking days were over. That very night I was back in town, following the ways of a rover.
Democracy's a sham, sir. They rob Time.